get with Yak, or you can get with Yak. You can get with Yak, or you can get with Yak. You can get with Yak, or you can get with Yak. Where you get 50 where the next bucket course at.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Time for another Yikiti Yak. We've got a new special guest joining us today, John Phelps. Thank you. Welcome aboard.
Yeah, appreciate it.
So today's show, we're going to talk about the Yik, the best shots that the three of us had this year. We're going to do a little 2-shot countdown. We're going to talk about what the situation was, the type of shot was, and the outcome. I'd like to just turn it over to John and let him tell us about his shot.
The first one that comes to mind would actually not be part of a Yikiti round. It would more than likely be at my home club championship.
Pray tell.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I was not the leader in the clubhouse at the time, but there was only 6 of us in the championship division, and everybody was within striking distance, right? 3 or 4 shots kind of was the top 4 of the 6 people after day 1. So going into day 2, had a little ground to make up. And the 12th hole at my course, from where they're making us play at the tips, is usually in the 180 range. And depending on where they put the flag, this is a 2-tiered green, high left, low right, with a massive slope right in the middle. And it just sits like this, basically. And the pin was in the back left. And the worst part is everything cants from back to front. And so easy to leave it short. If you get above the hole and it hangs up in the back bunker or the rough, whatever it is, it's diabolical. You're looking at 5, probably at your best. And the best part was this borders somebody's property. And there's this older gentleman that's just sitting there in a lawn chair with a cup of tea and an umbrella, watching everybody tee off. And I want to say it was in the 180s that day. We'll say 182 for fun. And had a 6-iron in hand. I will say, playing at sea level, Ward, we don't get the benefit of the altitude and having to adjust for that. So 6-iron at 182, let's just say. And if I say frozen rope, that wouldn't do it justice. This thing was a missile right at the pin. I don't even know if there was wind. If there was, it wasn't touching it. From my angle, you had this, it was at the pin and it was landing right on it. I thought it might have actually hit it. The older guy that was sitting in his lawn chair next to us actually got up, jumped up, shouted something. From my standpoint, I legitimately thought it went in. It did not. At the end of the day, it would have been by far the best shot.
If it did, that would have been your number 1 shot. We're talking about your...
Absolutely.
Right.
It would have easily been the number 1 shot. It did not. Now, again, from where I was sitting, it was just dead behind the pin. Even my playing partner, he thought it went in from his angle. The guy sitting in his property about 50 feet over to my right said, no, it's just behind the pin. What he didn't know, and what I wasn't excited about when I got up there, is it was about 12, 15 inches behind the pin, but one of those that a breath of wind could have knocked it 20 feet past. So it was.
I thought you were about to say 12 to 15 feet.
No, yeah, that would have been. There wasn't 12 to 15 feet behind the pin. 12 to 15 feet would have been on a hillside in the rough, and again, just dead. But it was also not a straight putt, not a flat putt, and even though it was within that 15-inch range, nobody's going to give it to you. You have that blade open or close a little bit on the downswing.
Please tell me you made the putt.
Please did make the putt.
Okay.
I absolutely did make the putt. Probably my highlight of at least that round, if not the club championship. I did not fare the best over the weekend, but with that shot in particular, it was with a little bit of an audience. It was nice to see.
And a 6-iron at sea level, 180, that's completely respectable. Don't listen to Ward.
Yeah, totally.
Exactly.
Who am I?
Hey, I had to break out the literal calculator when playing in Reno, in Tahoe, to figure out what those distances were going to do. AI for the win, helping me understand my stock yardages.
That's code for I didn't play so well, and it's because this altitude thing was messing me up. But that's all right.
Well, I didn't say that I didn't play well.
Oh, okay.
I also didn't say the altitude messed me up. I just had to be a little bit more prepared, knowing that a 9-iron was going to go 175.
I should have used that excuse because I did not play well. So noted. Yeah.
I didn't play great, but I wasn't too upset with it. I played the same guy in singles that I did last year. Last year, I gave him 5 strokes. This year, I gave him 11, and my handicap didn't change. So tell me that.
Guess what? His probably didn't either. I mean, just on paper.
Sure. Well, something about the course said it changed. That's for sure.
Matt, tell us about your second best shot of the year.
Okay. My second best shot of the year. It was at my home course, I guess you could call it. I don't have a home course, but there's plenty of munis around me to where this is a course that we play enough to where I would call it my home course. And typically we play at the regular foursome, but two of the guys dropped out. So it was just me and Shane. We got paired up with an older gentleman and his lady friend. This is like an early morning tea time too. So, anyways, this guy, he was a little bit older of a guy, and throughout the day, I had developed a little bit of a hot streak, and this guy was chirping the whole time about what my score was, how many birdies did I have, the things that you shouldn't say to somebody who's like legitimately having one of the best rounds I've had in. He didn't know. For me, it was years. It was a very, very long time that I played that well. So at one point, I think it was like on the 16th hole, I'm essentially standing over my putt, and the guy's like, "How many birdies has it been so far?" And my brother Shane whips his head around. He's like, "Enough! What are you doing?" Like, just starts yelling at the guy, basically like to shut up. And so I ended up actually making that putt somehow. But we fast forward a couple holes. It's the 18th hole. It's a par five. I hit an okay drive. I hit a layup, hand up. I hit a layup. Don't judge me, but it was the right call. So I have like 115 yards out from the pin, and the guy and his friend like pull up within like 5 feet of Shane and I when I'm about to hit my approach shot, and he's like, "No, seriously, like what are you shooting for right now?" And I like almost lost my mind because it was go time. I really wanted this one, so I just kind of blacked out. I basically told him to shut the fuck up, and I ended up hitting my shot to about 3 feet, made the birdie, and finished the round with my best round of 2025 right in the guy's face. And at that point, you kind of gotta wonder, is he doing that on purpose, or does he really not know the etiquette in that situation? Regardless, it didn't matter at that point. I was so fired up and so mad, and Shane was mad, and that gets me mad, and I ended up just standing over the ball and hitting, like making a shot when I needed to. So it's not too often that you have that scenario happen when it's not in a club championship or a competitive round. It was more of a casual round than anything. Usually it's a money round, but since our other two buddies were not there, it was just a casual round. But yeah, that was number two. Number two.
So first of all, when you say early round, no joke. John, those are early rounds for you in Central Time. I'm getting these notifications from Grint at 6:15. Matt just had a birdie. Matt just had a Sandy.
That's the only time I play golf is super early in the morning. Yeah. In
I
Southern
would
California,
prefer it.
if you're playing a muni in Southern California and you're not teeing off before 6:30, you're playing a 5.5 hour round. It's just that's the way it is. So, and I can't do that. I got to get home to the
Hell
fam.
no.
So,
Yep,
yeah.
for sure.
I've got my buddy, he will not play before 9, basically. And his excuse is that, he works all week and we all do. But yet he tells me every time I've been wide awake since 6. I'm like, well, then we could have been done by 9:30.
Yeah.
But no,
Right.
we'll go ahead and wait till 10, 10:30, 11 before we actually tee off.
What do you think? Do you think we can maybe get him to St. George? Maybe get him on our team? Be that little nuisance,
I
getting the
I'd like
heads?
yeah. No, maybe I need him to chirp me
But yeah,
because
yeah,
because
that'll work
it
too.
worked out. Yeah, it worked out.
Yeah, well, I think you should call him.
Okay, I'll make that happen.
Well,
Okay,
my
Ward.
second shot, actually I have on camera. And I'll lay out the situation. We're playing Edgewood. A buddy of mine has a little tournament he does every year, 2-day tournament, and we're doing both gross and net, and I'm in it for both. This is 15th hole, second day. I'm playing really well, and unfortunately, I pull my drive a little bit left, pull it into the shit, but well, it's not in the shit. It's actually on the cart path. It hits the shit, bounces off, and lays on the cart path. My nearest point of relief is to the right, blocked by trees. I can't go to the left. So literally all I've got to hit off the cart path. So I just pulled out my 56. I had a 110-yard shot, flipped it clean, hit it to 10 feet, and dropped that fucker for birdie, baby, and won me a nice $120 skin. Now, the result was I didn't win gross. I was 3 shots off of gross, but I did win the nets. A nice little weekend. Got a little bit of a payday for it, so I'll take
I
it.
think I saw that shot somewhere. I might have saw
Yeah,
it on Instagram. Insert clip here. Yeah.
yeah. Insert the clip.
Fuck yeah.
So I think the best part of that whole video is I've got a buddy who I didn't even know he was taping it. He just decided he was going to tape or record it. And next thing you know, I just hear him laughing and I hear, fuck yeah. And that thing just dotted right on the green, landed short, made the putt, moved on. It was awesome.
I like how you said tape.
You
Yeah.
said it
Well, I'm
twice too,
old.
by the way.
Yeah, I'm old. I'm
Yeah.
old. I'll
No, we
edit
all
that shit.
understood it, but you know,
I get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fair. Yeah.
You get it. You know
No
what I'm
judgment.
talking about. So, John, you ready to talk about your number one shot of the year? What do you think?
yeah, no, I think I am. I was trying to remember, as you mentioned the skin, I was trying to think. I think I won one skin this year in Reno, Tahoe area, and it was actually a shot that I wasn't even a big fan of. I think I cussed myself and my club and the ball in the air that then ended up being a good shot. But then it kind of reminded me of a shot later in that round. So this was day 2. We were at Coyote Moon, and
Love that course, man. I want to go back to that course.
those
especially.
of the 3 that we played, that one stood out to me. I think that's the only. I mean, I took a couple of pictures on the first day. Coyote Moon was the one that just the picturesque, the big stone sitting aside the par 5, and the like. I live in the piney woods of East Texas. Those were some pine trees with pine cones the size of my head. But to go to the shot itself, I think it was late in the match. I want to say there was probably may have just been 2 holes left, may have just been 1, and it was a short par 4. But you'd have to be an idiot to try to drive it. Right? It was the fairway runs up to your right, and the green is across a creek up your left, and the creek bisects it at an angle that it just makes the further right you go, the further the carry, and you basically hit a 7-iron off the tee. And I think that's exactly what I did. Just play the number, back into it, hit a 7-iron off the tee, and then hit whatever yardage, whatever wedge in. Well, it was right over the top of the pin, and it got stuck on the back hill. And I was probably 15 feet from the pin at most, but with the point of the match, I think we weren't quite dormy yet. Actually, we might have been dormy, but we weren't. We didn't win, so we were dormy, but we needed to win this hole to win the match, right? We'd have been 2-1 or 1 up, whatever it was. And I was 15 feet from the pin on a muddy downhill slope, chipping over the little bit of a drainage ravine to a pin that I might have had, I don't know, whatever the minimum steps from the fringe is allowed. That's about what it looked like I had. Mind you, they're putting probably 10 to 15 feet for par in order to tie the hole. And it might have been for bogey with a pop to win the hole. I can't remember exactly that, but I do remember having that in my hand, the 52-degree wedge that I use, standing on a downslope, kind of canted towards my left, and somehow clipped it perfectly, scared the hole, rolled by about 3 or 4 feet, but with such a delicate pitch. Oh, by the way, another 10 steps past that is the creek that we're trying to drive over in the first place. Downhill over, the little bit of a drainage ditch, sloppy lie, ended up making the putt for par. Sadly, the competitor made his putt too, and we went to the 18th hole. Touch-wise, and point in the match where if you win this hole, you win the match. And just with the makeup of that shot being a 4-foot chip where you can't land it short because it sticks. If you land it too far, it rolls over. It was the most delicate shot I had this year, probably. Luckily got up and down and still made that putt too, or else probably wouldn't talk about it.
I remember that hole.
Yeah.
That's our first hole, and you're not exaggerating. Like where that pin was, the angle that you had, if you were like a little bit long stuck on the hill. That's delicate.
It was right after that
Yeah.
insane par 3 that was like 13 stories downhill. And then I think that was I want to say it was our 17th hole that we played that day. And so we were finishing on the next hole, which would have been a par 5. But it's enticing to try to drive it. But I mean, it's got to be a perfect drive.
Yeah.
And decently long in order
Yeah.
to get where you need to be and stop on the green. So that's a weekend round with your friends. Just throw an extra ball down to see if you can do it. Not in a match.
No. That course is what you have to be strategic off the tee. Pretty much on every hole. It's very few of them are wide open. That's probably why it's such a great course. Matt, what do you got?
Number one shot of the year is the hole prior to the one John was just talking about. It was day 2, Coyote Moon. It's that insane par 3. I don't remember what number it is now, but that insane par 3 that is hundreds of yards downhill, as it seems. But to kind of backtrack a little bit, Shane was my teammate. We were playing against a couple guys, good golfers. Shane and I, we got off to a hot start. By the 11th hole, I believe we were up 4 on the 11th hole, just rolling. Then I decided to have some fireball. I shouldn't do that. I should not do that. I shouldn't do it. Hand up. That's on me.
No, I wouldn't take that back at all. You got to have fun with it.
That's fair. That's fair, especially how things turned out. But before I know it, we're at the 18th hole, all tied. We are tied. They came back. They came soaring back. We didn't play great, but they played really well. So it was just, that combo that happens during match play. But we get to this. I wish I had the yardages in my head. But we get to this par 3, and I'm
I
not
can tell
kidding
you the yardage of that par 3. It's straight. So it was 206, adjusted down to 176. Sea level adjusted back to like 150 something. I can tell you I hit an 8-iron and flew the green. And so I was way out of that hole. And then for fun, hit a 9-iron pin high. So yeah, it was 206
Okay.
playing 176, adjusted down to sea level at like 160.
Got it. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. So our competitors, they teed off first. One of them hit short, kind of into the crap. The other one hit a little bit long and right. They're still in the hole. So my brother Shane gets up, and I believe he hits like a pitching wedge like 20 yards over the green, and it's like, oh, we're in trouble because I had not been striking the ball all day. So I believe I used an 8-iron, and I basically toe chunked it into the front greenside bunker. So long story short, I'm the last to play up to the green. The guy who hit into the crap, into basically the ravine short of the green, hits onto the green. The other guy who hits kind of like long, a little bit right, chips up onto the green. Meanwhile, Shane, he's kind of out of the hole, no fault of his own. He kind of chipped over the green, and it was a tough shot. It was yardage fault. Then I have my bunker shot, which this bunker is probably like 4 feet in front of me. I had to clear. I end up hitting a fantastic bunker shot to about 5.5 feet, and then I have to wait. I have to wait forever to hit my putt because Shane has to hit up, then another competitor he has to putt up. Anyways, they're in for bogey, right? So I have a putt to win the hole, to win the match, and we had just fallen apart for the previous 6-7 holes. But I ended up standing over the putt, making the putt, and that was honestly that's more satisfying to me is making a putt than honestly hitting a great iron or a long drive, especially in that scenario. That's again for me. I don't play too many competitive rounds, so in that scenario, it was the second day of the match play. We've been playing well all day. We lost it. We lost our lead. Then we had an opportunity to win, and when the pressure was on, I was able to do it, just like that old man who was talking shit to me. So that's. I don't know.
We've
Maybe
got a
there's a common
trend.
theme there.
We've got a trend. Yeah.
Yeah, all you got to do is fire him up, get in his head, chirp a little bit, and Matt plays his best golf.
But if Shane's chirping me, that'll throw me.
Oh yeah. No, we can't have that.
No. But yeah,
Shane
how about you,
chirping
Ward?
anybody? Well, I would say, to your point, I think I mentioned in the last episode that I love a great drive. I do, but you're right. There's nothing better than a great chip or making a putt to win a match. And my number one shot actually happened to be both. So I had gone up on day 3, same tournament, and I had, a relatively easy drive off the tee, but I just had to keep it left. But instead, I hit it a little bit right, ran out through the fairway into the shit, and I couldn't find my ball. So I'm up 1, and at this point, I'm thinking, well, damn it. I guess a tie, good as any. So take my drop. I still have on this hole, I think about another 140 to the pin, and I ended up hitting it a little short. I hit on the fringe, kind of rolled back a little bit. I had about a 20-foot chip off the fringe. And at that point, I'm just thinking to myself, just get it close. Just get it close, not get close. Make him par the hole to tie the match. If I can get it close, then, he has to make par. He doesn't have an easy putt. Let's just see if I can nip it. I nipped that baby so tight. That thing took 2 hops, spun right, dropped right into the hole for par, win the match, walk off. That was a really cool thing. I didn't expect it. The whole point was get it close, make him make par, and to win a match that way. I mean, that's just something I'll never forget. It was pretty awesome. And we have Shane in common for that. Shane was my partner for that match. And yeah, we I have to give him credit. I didn't start the match well, but he pulled me together and he started kind of pumping me up. And I had a great back 9. And to his credit, I think he's what helped me put that thing down to win that match.
So the chip in on 10 at Toyabe didn't count. make the cut, huh? That was day one. You and I
John,
were playing together.
I know. And you know what? I think I was just so pissed, John, that it's hard to think of that in any other way other than I just needed some redemption. I was playing so awful. But yeah, that was a pretty good chip in too, now that you think of it. I was well below the hole on that. So yeah, to knock that in, that was pretty cool.
You're just a chip-in king, apparently. Well, I can't decide
Well,
which chip-in I want to talk about.
I could go one more. Same
Please
round,
don't.
same match. No, on the fourth hole at Old Greenwood, you've got that elevated green, and right in front of the green is a pretty deep bunker. I hit my second shot into that bunker. I couldn't even see the green, and I'm 6'3". So I'm in the bunker. All I can see is the top of the flag. And I'm just thinking, well, you know what? Just get it up there, get it on the green. I hit that thing pretty nice. It bounced right in front of the pin, hit the pin, dropped back to a foot, and I made that par, which that was going to be an easy hole lost. I ended up tying the hole, chipping that thing to a foot. So yeah, I was the chipping king that weekend. It really hasn't worked out since.
Nickname may not stick, but we'll try.
I don't know. What do you guys think? Is it time for the yak off? I think we want to talk about where is our most desired bucket list destination. It doesn't have to be for a tournament. It could be a buddy list. It could just be you and a couple of friends, whatever it is. But let's start with you, Matt. Where would be your spot?
I'm pretty spoiled. I've played at some great golf courses, and this may vary depending on my mood and what time of year it is, but I would say Pinehurst. You definitely want to play Pinehurst. I'm a big Payne Stewart fan, always have been, and I just kind of remember him and his iconic win there, and back in '99. So that for me is definitely top of the list. And plus, from what I hear, there's obviously there's a bunch of courses there, so you could play multiple courses in the same trip, and they're all supposed to be fantastic. It's a little bit different style of golf than what I play currently, which is always fascinating to me. But yeah, I mean, besides going overseas across the pond, as the cool kids say, I would say Pinehurst
Yeah.
is mine.
Yeah, I should have prefaced it and said US destination because someday we've got to talk about the abroad. But yeah, Pinehurst is high on my list. I mean, John, been out to Raleigh a bunch of times and never got out.
Neither have I. I think my first ever round in North Carolina was just earlier this year, for that matter. And it was out in Asheville, so that's definitely on the list for sure.
Yeah. What about you? Where's your most desirable?
I mean, he got a pretty good one on there, but what came to mind thinking about it would have been like something I know that you've kind of got already planned with a smaller group, and that would be Branson, in the vein of Payne, Payne's Valley, Big Cedar Lodge, Top of the Rock,
And
all of that is, it's not too far from me, 6 or 7, 8 hour drive, something like that, but never been up there to play it. I could definitely think of some other locations, or at least one that comes to mind in Texas, but it's a single location, and it is down in, Big Bend, and that's the Lajitas that I've sent you before. It's, it's a trek. It's a trek, and that's the only one you're going to play, but apparently it is well rated. But I'd say probably up to Branson, and get to pick of the litter of some courses there.
spoiler alert, part of our trip when we go in April is we're going to root this thing out. We're going to figure out how we're going to make 2027 a Big Cedar Lodge. Yikiti Yak, baby. Got to do it. I just think that those courses are amazing. I honestly, personally can't wait. And I mean, I've heard that it is Disneyland for golfers. So I'm really excited about it. And it probably would have been my number one destination, but we're going. Hearst was on my list too. Definitely want to go there for the same reasons that you do, Matt. But I will tell you, and I don't know why, I couldn't even tell you why this is, but I have always dreamed of a buddy trip or just an outing in the Louisville area. I want to do kind of that bourbon trail, mix in a little bit of golf, go to a few of the distilleries, but where I want to end up and where I've always wanted to play is Valhalla. I don't know why. I mean, the course just looks unbelievable. I've had people tell me they think they can get me on. Said, don't tempt me. Don't tell me because we're going to go. But yeah, I think that's going to be something that'll get done eventually. It's high on my list, but I can also name a few places that I want to go. I got a chance to play Erin Hills last year. I have to go back, but I also want to go to Sand Valley. I want to go out to
Is it Whistling?
Whistling Straits. That's some golf. And your former neck of the woods, Michigan. Michigan's got some unbelievable courses. But like you said, John, some of them are just out and you've got to make an event out of it because that's all you're doing. You're going to play golf. That's it.
I could craft a good 3 or 4 day trip where I live, right? There'd be my home course, and then an hour in one direction is a very different style course. An hour in a different direction is a very different style course, and they're building one right now from the same people that built Bandon an hour from me. So there's a little bit of driving in between, but you're in one location. You just have to make those trips maybe in the morning, and then you settle back into a home base in the evening. But there's some very, very good and very different kind of golf to where you've got the links style. In fact, one of them's called links, and 14 of the 18 holes touch a lake. Where I live, there's the only thing flat's the tee box. Everything is undulating like crazy. The one being built, and then there's the other one I mentioned. I haven't even been there. It's an hour and 15 minutes from me. One of the top rated courses in Texas.
Yeah. It's funny. None of us mentioned Bandon except now, and you were just comparing it to the guys who built it. I mentioned Sand Valley, same guys, but yeah, I
I
think
mean,
Bandon would be
we had to
cool.
choose. We had to choose one. You gave us one.
I know,
So
I know.
yeah,
There's so
there's a
many,
list. Yeah,
but
there
yeah,
is.
that's on the list, and that's where we're gonna go. So for the few of you that will watch this, we've got a couple of things that we would love to get from you. One, send us your shot. Tell us your shot. If you want to give us a little video telling us what your best 2025 shot of the year was, send it. We'll post it. We'll include it on our YouTube channel. We'll include it on Instagram, TikTok. We want to get some followers and we'd love to hear your story. Second, tell us where you want to go. This whole Yikiti Golf is about taking you golf enthusiasts where you want to play and creating a Ryder Cup tournament out of it. So you tell us, this is the People's Golf Channel. Let's get it done for the people.
We love people.
Hey guys, I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Happy New Year. We will do this again very soon. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.